done, Andrii.
Oh, okay. Is there not a paradox in your statement that I am... Oh, greetings in the love and light of the infinite creator. I'm Andrii. My camera's not working today, but I'm here with Bill and Fred and Ed, and we will be reading the October 11th, 2025 session. Continuing it, and it's going to be about the veil and some other things that are mentioned in the topic.
Hey, where are you starting to read? Oh, gee, okay.
Is there not a paradox in your statement that I am, because of the veil of forgetting, unable to perceive my true worth and my desire to know? Is there a paradox between my inability to see clearly my worth and to know what my heart is, to know who I really am, to live in alignment with my heart? How can I know how to do what if I can't see clearly because of the veil?
Cool. I am cool and am aware of this query, my brother. And indeed, we find that particularly within the third density perspective, there is a paradox in these words that we share. This is one of the strengths of third density, allowing you to come up against such paradoxes. For in attempting to understand our words in logical or linear sense, they will in some ways seem nonsensical. That it is almost as if we are encouraging you to, as this instrument is familiar with the phrase, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. However, through this paradox and through contemplating this paradox, you can come closer to understanding that there is a purpose behind your experience as a veiled third density entity. And even though each step of the journey is rich with the infinite perfection of the one infinite creator, that the journey itself is also rich with the infinite creator, that each step can simultaneously affirm the utter perfection of each moment and each step before it, and also bring you closer to that one infinite creator. For from our perspective, that perfection does not already exist. And this is the experience that the creator desired in manifesting its creation. And in developing the veil of forgetting, it allows the creator to trick itself, to have the illusion that it can be imperfect, that there is some effort needed to find that perfection. And through this trick, the creator is able to experience great depths of pain and love, experience great depths of sorrow, and have a journey that is rich with the experience and catalyst. Without this illusion, this experience does not happen. And the one infinite creator goes on with a very pale or shallow beingness, you may say. But in adopting this veil and in attempting to navigate this paradox that you have identified, the one infinite creator comes to life through you and is able to dance more deeply with its own creation without realizing that it is dancing among its own unity.
Nice, nice. Cool. Any comments, guys?
You know what?
That's kind of one of the reasons why they don't like us knowing about past lives.
Who? The Confederation? Or who's they?
Yeah, like the quote often says that it's kind of cheating. You're not really supposed to know.
Oh, yeah. And
that would be like the logos.
And why is that?
Way.
Well, because you kind of peek behind the veil, so you kind of see all these karmic links and all this kind of pre-incarnative stuff, which then kind of gives you clues on the path you got to walk, which stops it from being quite so deep an illusion, I suppose.
Yeah, well, it's too late for me.
Yeah, me too, man.
Well, but some of us need that for clarity and understanding that, oh, yeah, I am understanding this correctly then, by seeing certain patterns and karmic manifestations, and then helps you to understand in a 3D way why you are maybe going through some of the things you're going through, why maybe you've been placed in a certain place. So like, well, Why do I have the parents I have? Well, to understand it through the raw contact, you say, well, you picked them. Okay. Well, then you can look back at all the other lives that you've had and say, well, I picked the parents that I had in each one of these.
Yeah.
So there's links there that can just help you unshuffle the deck, kind of, at least in a way, to make you feel like you aren't going crazy when crazy things happen in 3D.
Mm-hmm.
There's also something far more subtle, in my view, that's going on. And this little quote right here is something that I kind of been thinking about the last few weeks without even reading this. And the subtle thing that's going on is that the creator is experiencing itself. So even if, like Fred alluded to, you go crazy in the illusion because all this shit is so out of whack, that is an experience that, even though the creation may not desire it, the creator wants to desire it. And so the creator set up this illusion so it can experience itself. That's really all that's going on. I look at it like, my purpose, all our purpose really is we're a data point for the creator, a beloved data point, but a data point nonetheless. So with this one, sentence in the last paragraph, it says, and through this trick, the creator is able to experience great depths of pain and love, experience great depths of sorrow, and have a journey that is rich with experience and catalyst. So the creator needed us, its creation, to experience the shadow side, pain, sorrow, all this stuff.
But also the positive side, the love.
The positive side is kind of there all the time.
Well, to see the contrast, know.
No, absolutely. But the creator needs to experience. So what I've been thinking is, even though we all have free will, quote unquote, the creator still needs those entities, and you can call them brave entities, that need to walk the service to self path, that need to go down the roads of great pain and sorrow, because these are the creator needs and wants that experience. So in a way, I'm kind of thinking, did the creator, it's like we're told that we all have a bias and free will, and we're coming into our bias. But at the same time, I'm thinking, well, the creator needed to learn about this whole other shadow side. And so did it put some kind of program in there so so entities would go off and experience this? So it's like, in a way, everything that happens on the shadow side, and I would say, the fault of the creator, because it's the creator wanting to know itself. So it's set up all that stuff to know itself. And it's very valuable data for the creator.
No, I kind of look at it through a hermetic lens, where it's the and you can claim duality, you can claim as above, so below, whatever. But whenever something is created, whatever that thing is, and it's usually, from my understanding, only the positive, loving things that are actually the ones that are created, there's always an equal and opposite flip side of the coin. In other words, for that coin to get minted, there has to be two sides to it, or it's not a coin.
But that coin is minted in an illusion, which illusion is based in the creator experiencing itself.
All coins are they're a representation of something that is real, which is an illusion.
Well, I mean, yeah, but even, but the whole experience we're going through even those entities that are in seventh and going into the next octave, that's still all part of the illusion. And it's all based on the creator experiencing itself.
Hey, so I just wanted to interject a little bit that we got a YouTube viewer, Texas Cacti, who wants me to tell Ed and Fred that they say hello. And they ask, why does the creator repeat negative experiences?
To experience them.
Well, that's not the only reason.
I think it is.
That a repeated experience that you would perceive, it's only negative because you perceive it negatively. If you're not processing the catalyst, it's going to continue to manifest in your life over and over until you acquire the lesson that your higher self has presented you with as the lesson you need to learn. That's my understanding.
Which all is an experience for the creator to get data from.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Well,
the way I think about this whole kind of repeating catalyst thing, is, that it takes, so I think it's something like 40 odd times or something of repeated action before you actually start building a neural network that actually holds that information forever, kind of integrates it into who you are. So I think of that the same thing with catalyst. You have to go through something over and over again before you actually build the full system you need to integrate that catalyst. So that's why I think that it's repeated. And once it is sorted, and once you have those things in place, it won't repeat anyway because you've got it sorted. So it's like a standard process. Like, it's just my opinion.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
Well, I don't know if it's 40, but maybe 3 or 4 times.
Hey, maybe it could be 1,000.
I mean, it depends on the person, I think, and maybe their cognitive nimbleness.
And each of that is just another data point for the creator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was able to not on purpose, but I accidentally pierced the veil today in a positive way. Well, I think it's positive. Maybe it is. I don't know. But I need to do this in other ways. So I had to run out today, and I stopped at Dunkin' Donuts, and I'm like, I really want a Boston cream donut. I do not.
Favorite.
I do not need a Boston cream donut. I really want one, but you know what? I'm going to skip it. I'm not going to get a donut. So I order my coffee, and the lady on the speaker says, today's National Free Donut Day. Every coffee you order, you get a free donut. Would you like a free donut today? I said, do you have Boston cream? She goes, sure do. I'll put it in a bag right now. Pull forward. I'm like, son of a bitch. So I need to figure out how to do that with lottery tickets.
I think there's a way.
Well, you know what? It's because we're transitioning into fourth density, and so the love and light of the infinite creator is growing stronger every day. And that's so basically the veil is getting thinner as a result.
About time.
Or at the very least, our awareness and our ability to manipulate is getting stronger.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, honestly, it's like there is so much. Oh, here.
I would agree with what Ed said right there.
Hey, Michelle.
Yeah, it works both ways, too. That works both ways with our perceptibility and the response of our environment.
Hey, Andrii, how's it been?
Good. How about you, Michelle?
I've been moving forward in life.
Oh, awesome.
Been progressed at
Hello? Oh, it cut out. We can't hear you.
All right. Hold on. Let me turn my phone off. I think it's interfering.
Okay.
So I was on my phone before, now I'm on my laptop.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, I don't know. I think there might be something wrong with the Jitsi. I can't see anyone's video today.
Well, my camera doesn't work.
Yeah, my camera's not working either. I don't know what's going on.
You won't see me. We saw a little bit of Ed.
Oh, you did see a little bit of. Oh, there. I can see Fred. Oh, okay. So I guess the camera is. The video is working on Jitsi. It's just. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Michelle, you were talking about Desiree. Have you been here before then?
Well, I know Fred and Ed.
You know Fred and Ed. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah, Michelle.
She's been here for ages.
Michelle
She's
in
been here forever.
Texas.
Hello, how are you? I've missed you. You're amazing. Yay.
Thank you.
You remember Michelle, Andrii?
I am like terrible with names and people, and
It's been a while.
Hasn't joined us in a while.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, I've gone through a couple of years of processing grief and you know, experiencing what it's like to not know who the hell I am anymore.
Yeah, that's called ego death.
No, that's called processing grief and going, okay, my last parent died, and you know, and that was my anchor to this dimension. Now what?
Oh wow, I see. I just know a lady who she was always like, oh, I need an ego death. I need an ego death. I need an ego death. That she got into a car crash and she forgot everything about who she is or who she was and had to relearn everything from scratch. And that's what an ego death is in reality. And that's why the Confederation isn't big on ego death, because they're like, you know, ego is useful. It tells you who you are, and
It has a purpose.
It has a purpose, exactly.
And
So-
too many people think it's all bad. No. It has a purpose.
It helps you with, you know, figuring out, hey, you know what, I need to eat and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I think it just comes down to learning how to disassociate from it properly, so that you realize and it lives in its place doing its job, rather than you thinking that is you. That's the main thing.
Yeah, exactly. Everything in balance, you know.
Intention.
Yeah, intention. Yeah, intention. Yeah, intention is a good one.
I have missed you, Michelle, though. You're so awesome. So glad to have you back. Please come back more. You're amazing.
Well, this just happened to pop up. I spend more time listening and watching YouTube than anything else, and I just finished watching. It's DNA Angels. It's people finding their family basically through genealogy stuff, and that episode was over, and I just went back to home, and this was like the first thing I went, oh hey, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. There you go.
So
Well,
now
so
that
glad you get involved.
So it's not for nothing that we do these.
Yeah, now that I'm into that place where the grief after I lost my mom, the way it hit was totally unexpected for me, because it basically was like this dense fog that I was stuck in. I felt like I was running this loop, and I'm like, I don't want loops. I want out of the loop. And it's just taken a while to process and to find my way back into the sun. And now I'm in that place where I'm wanting to explore more into the consciousness space and, put things together. Like I've had somebody had done a channeling for me, and she's like, okay, I've been doing channeling for 40 years and this so rarely comes up. And she tells me I am associated with the Great White Brotherhood. And I'm like, how come I didn't know this? But I've only found a reference to the Great White Brotherhood in 2 books. One of them being C.W. Leadbeater's The Astral Plane, which I was gifted a copy of a few months ago.
You're in the right place.
Alice Bailey was really big on it. Yeah. I was just gonna say, like a tracks, like, it's a vibrational match, and I feel like Desiree, she was more interested in going back to the military or something, and that's kind of what she was doing.
I'm not exactly sure what has gone on with her. It just seems like she's in the middle of a lot of. Okay, it has been almost 2 years since I've been around her.
Oh, okay.
It was 3 months after my mom had passed. I go to Sedona, meet up with her and Amanda, Amanda's just the sweetest.
I remember Amanda.
And Liz, who I don't recall if she joined our group or if she was involved in the conversations or not. But here it is. It's 3 months after my mom has passed. Not only has my mom passed, but 2 days after my mom passed, somebody who was a very close friend flips her lid and decides she can't be my friend. And I consider her one of my closest friends. And here I'm thinking, well, fuck, I'm on the planet by myself now. That's what it felt like. I'm being abandoned. I go and I meet them, and I am still experiencing this grief, and it was like shell shock. We go to this, we're in this one shop in Sedona, sitting around talking, and this gentleman joins us. He's making, he brings up the subject of, well, I'm trying to think what it was he said. Basically, my response to him was to acknowledge that that there are a lot of people that don't realize that God's over associated with religion. Basically, it's my way of saying I understand exactly where you're at, and I have no judgment. And Desiree just snaps at me, and I'm internally just shaking, and intuition is like, leave the conversation now. I hightail it away from everybody. She tries to force herself on me to apologize, and I'm like, when I'm in that sort of state, you just need to leave me alone and let me process. And can I have some grass? This is sharp rock to put bare feet on. Because I really just wanted to feel the earth, because I knew it would just calm me down. But she couldn't not get in my face, and it didn't matter what I said, and it was just it was a bad trip, both as a vacation and
oh wow, that was a vacation.
Yes. It was two versions of a bad trip. So but then and after that I haven't talked to her. Amanda was the one of the three of them who realized to just be present. You don't have to say anything. But yeah, it's taken me longer than I cared for to process through all the grief and reorient myself, because it wasn't just like 3 weeks before my mom passed, my heart kitty, as I called her, she passed. So, but from what one friend of mine has picked up on, she has told my friend she's not leaving me. When I ascend, she ascends. That's when she goes. I'm like, it works for me. But yeah, it's
cool.
I didn't realize we had somebody still channeling from the Law of One group this year.
Yeah.
They never stopped.
Yep. Yeah, they got a big following now,
Oh.
It's like international. They go like to Prague, and they get several meetups a year. Expensive meetups where people pay hundreds of dollars to come and hear them channeling and stuff like that. So
what we're doing right now, we're covering something that they recently channeled.
Yeah, October 11th, 2025.
That's what got my attention, is the date of the channeling. And me going, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So they never stopped. Since Carla and Dawn, since Dawn passed, they never stopped. Well, they haven't stopped since Dawn started in the early 60s. They've been going the whole time.
So this was what we were doing before. So this is the summary, if you'll bear with me here. Ku reminds us that the very confusion we feel about our worth, our heart, and our true nature is not a mistake. It is the part of the design of third density. The veil of forgetting creates a paradox. We long to know who we really are, yet feel unable to see clearly. From the perspective of spirit, this is not a cruel trap, but a sacred setup that allows the Creator, through us, to experience a rich, deep journey of discovery. Even though our true perfection already exists, the veil allows the Creator to trick itself into believing it is imperfect, so that it can experience growth, seeking pain, love, and transformation. Each step on the path both affirms our inherent perfection and moves us closer to consciously realizing our unity with the one infinite Creator. Our confusion and yearning are not signs of failure, they are the very means by which the Creator dances more deeply within its own creation. Okay. The paradox is the path, not a problem to fix. Particularly within the third density perspective, there's a paradox in these words that we share. This is one of the strengths of the third density, allowing you to come up against such paradoxes. Feeling confusion about your true self is not a spiritual error, it is a feature of this density. Meeting paradox, I want to know myself, but I can't see clearly, is itself a spiritual practice. Your confusion is a doorway, not a dead end. Logic alone can't carry you home. For in attempting to understand our words in a logical or linear sense, they will in some ways seem nonsensical. You may not be able to think your way out of the veil with logic alone. This path calls upon intuition, faith, patience, and the willingness to sit with mystery. It's okay if it doesn't all make sense mentally. Your heart understands more than your mind can articulate. You're not being asked to fix yourself. That it is almost as if we are encouraging you, as this instrument is familiar with the phrase, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Ku gently acknowledges that from a human perspective, the spiritual message can sound like just wake up, just see your perfection. But you are not being judged for not seeing clearly. The veil is real. You are not failing at spirituality. You are navigating a built-in challenge. Every step is already perfect, and still a step toward the Creator. That even though each step of the journey is rich with the infinite perfection of the one infinite Creator, that the journey itself is also rich with that infinite Creator. That each step can simultaneously affirm the utter perfection of each moment and each step before it, and also bring you closer to that one infinite Creator. You're already perfectly held in love right now, and you are also in the process of growth. Nothing in your past disqualifies you, and every moment has contained the Creator. Each new choice in love or honesty brings you into more conscious, joyful relationship with the same Creator. The veil is the Creator's sacred trick. In developing the veil of forgetting, it allows the Creator to trick itself, to have the illusion that it can be imperfect, that there is some effort needed to find that perfection. Your sense of being flawed, lost, or not enough is part of a cosmic game of hide and seek. It feels real, that's the point, but beneath it, you are, and always have been, an expression of perfection. The effort you make to seek, heal, and grow is how the Creator experiences discovery through you. Your pain and sorrow are parts of the deeper dance. Through this trick, the Creator is able to experience great depths of pain and love, experience great depths of sorrow, and have a journey that is rich with experience and catalyst. Within your experience lies deep potential for compassion, wisdom, and tenderness for you and for the whole creation. The Creator through you learns how love responds to pain. You are how the Creator comes to life in its creation. In adopting this veil and in attempting to navigate this paradox that you have identified, the one infinite Creator comes to life through you and is able to dance more deeply within its own creation without realizing that it is dancing among its own unity. Every time you question, seek, or make a loving choice, or even simply struggle honestly with not knowing, the Creator is moving through you. You don't have to break the veil to be sacred. The dance is already happening. Your sincere seeking is the Creator awakening itself, step by step. All right.
Kind of basically what I was saying.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I've been looking at it like this too, and the Creator and the Confederation kind of told us the same. We're all just actors on a play, really.
Mm-hmm.
We come into this incarnation in the veil. We don't know anything, and we're just this raw actor or actress. And the deeper we get into our own crap, the deeper we get into the illusion, the deeper and deeper we get into our emotions and this and that, and we think everything's so real and it's happening. It's like we're literally getting lost in this place, and we're just putting on the best show for the creator. The creator's just up there with his popcorn, just going, wow, this guy's so into it and so into the role right now. You just, and it's just watching and taking it all in. And it's amazing. And ultimately that's kind of why, when the Confederation first started contacting people in the 50s, they started to tell people to meditate, because when you start to meditate, you can kind of start getting into the silence, and then you can start seeing that, oh, I might be in this illusion, in this play, and I'm so deep into it that the stillness and the calmness and seeing it, you can start seeing that, oh, I'm not this actor playing this awesome role.
Ed?
Yeah, I think Quay mentioned it. He said about like the getting lost in the dance.
Yeah.
Like that's exactly it, dude. We're all just dreams dancing in the ballroom of a dream, right? And the veil allows the creator to get lost in it. Like, and dance. That's what we do.
That's what we do. And we all should get Academy Awards.
For dancing. I get it.
For acting and the role.
Could you imagine if there was like the creator's favorite human, like this incarnation is my favorite out of all of them ever. This guy ruled the most.
No, I don't think it works that way.
That's awesome.
Everyone is loved, so that's how it works. Because everyone is essential, otherwise the rest of it doesn't work. You know what I mean?
Everyone's essential because everyone's the creator.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone is the creator,
and the creator's not going to lose a piece of itself.
Yeah,
because
everyone's always perfect.
It's you need the veil in order to think that someone is greater than someone else.
Well, and you need the veil to put on this most incredible act for the creator.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And well, there's the seniority of vibration.
It'll be a bit strange if it was just one dude sitting there talking to himself.
Yeah,
trying to figure itself out.
All right. Any more questions, or should we move on to the next one?
Move on, I say.
Michelle, what do you think?
Michelle, yeah. Michelle.
Yeah, what do I think?
Yeah.
I'm still baffled as to why the creator has to keep re-experiencing certain things.
So, if I may, in my experience, anyways, the repeating catalyst is an indication that there's a spiritual lesson that we have yet to learn. And once we grasp the spiritual lesson, so usually speaking, what this spiritual lesson is this is a catalyst. This is a catalyst that we have refused to process. We have refused to respond with fear, anger, and control, or we have refused to respond with forgiveness, love, and acceptance. We have those two options with any catalyst. And if we refuse to respond to it, then the catalyst will arise again and again and again and again until we make the choice. We have to make the choice. And if we continue to never make the choice, then we will develop diseases and we will die. Because the whole point of the incarnation is to make the choice. And so, generally, if we're on the service to others path, then our choice is easy. It's just forgiveness, love, kindness, and acceptance. Just for everything.
I also think that, you've got to remember that there's stages of the mind, the complex of us all, the greater consciousness. So at each stage, those lessons have got to be learned. So each individual incarnation is going to have to go through specific lessons that it needs to learn on its spiritual path. And us as a race, as a community, as countries, as cities, as groups, each step of that needs to understand and process those same catalysts and get them out of the system so that every single part of the system can move up.
And I would add to that question that has the creators experiencing itself every time we experience the same catalyst. We're all unique. Every single thing's unique. So we're going to have little tiny subtle variations in ways where we're going to deal with the same catalyst over and over and over again. And every little tiny subtle thing is something new that the creator can experience.
No 2 seconds are ever the same at any point for any two entities ever.
Right. And no, yeah. So even though we're getting the same catalyst, we're not responding to it in the exact same way. So it's kind of a journey, an adventure, or like they say, a dance. And the creator, and it's subtle, and it's a slightly difference, and the creator gets to take it all in.
Yep. All right. So we'll move on to the next one then. Yes, cool. I have a question. How do we best let go of our third density attachments, whether they be to people or pets or jobs or money?
I am Ko, and I am aware you're querying my sister. You have asked an interesting query, for it is something that everyone must deal with at some time on their spiritual path. The third density quality of attachments to pets, to friends, to procedures, to places, to things is what each of you do when you are moving forward on your spiritual journey to see what value these attachments have for you. As you meditate upon how you feel about the value of any attachment, you look at it as something that is like a faucet unto a jewel. You look at other faucets of that same jewel. You see how they work within your experience. You look in your meditative state. Then to see if the purpose of that attachment of 2 or 3 or 4 or 20 things has placed its role upon the stage of your life. This is something that does require a meditative state to investigate the deeper levels of your being, the jewel of your being, so that you may fully accomplish what you have pre-incarnatively chosen to be attached to. For everything that you do in one way or another, you have chosen to do as a portion of your spiritual journey. Everything is a step along that path. That is something that you may do at any time, but most of the time in meditation. It is the most effective way to complete the attachment, to see it has placed its role, that you may let it go, and then see if there is another thing or person, place, and so forth that you have an attachment to. This is your journey. This is what you are here to do. You're doing it well, my sister.
Okay. So,
attachment.
Did anyone understand any of that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Explain it to me.
Well, it's you got to look at what you're attached to in your life, how emotionally attached you are to whether it's a pet, a person, a thing, a place, and then you kind of put it in perspective and see what you value, and then once you can do that, if you can really look at it honestly, then ultimately through the experience, you know that ultimately you're going to have to let that attachment go. And so how are you ultimately going to let that attachment go? And what kind of experience, what kind of lesson will you be learning about being attached to that attachment?
Yes.
It's all about letting go ultimately.
I mean, it has me thinking about the difference in how I responded to losing Prada, who died a few weeks before my mom, and when I referred to as my heart kitty, and Isabel, who I actually just had to let go of Tuesday night. Granted, they're entries into my life. Prada by choice. Isabel came with the ex-boyfriend, and I kept her when I kicked him out because he didn't take good care of her. And while I loved her and took care of her, when we hit this point Tuesday where she was showing signs of my body's not going to last much longer, and helping her cross was an act of grace and love. Part of me was kind of like, well, if I take you to the vet now, you're not coming home. I mean, which was really kind of weird for me to feel that, but I felt like 2 or 3 different ways about it, including, can somebody else make this decision? I want to go home. It's just the difference, because Prada, I spent 2 days in bed crying and sleeping. Her, yeah, she was my girl. She was my heart kitty, as I said. Isabel, on the other hand, was just entertainment.
Wow. Yeah, you have very strong emotional attachments to people and things. It's from the sounds of it.
Yeah.
You know,
I think we all do.
Well, I don't know.
It's just part of being human.
Right.
Well, I don't know. For me, I have a very light touch to things. You know,
I mean, I've even gone through a short span of, I could afford to go buy X, Y, and Z now, and just a little spell where I kind of went, well, maybe I will. But then even my pragmatic side kind of put barriers on that, to where I hit the point of, what's the point? Why go look at any more of those? And there's no point in having it. It's Michelle just kind of tipped back the other way.
Good,
I think Michelle gave a perfect example of how she was attached to something and not as attached to another. So one thing was really hard to let go, and the other, it was a lot easier.
The second one was like, actually, there was some resentment there.
You were actually at the cat? Yeah,
they were both cats. But the second one, there was some resentment around it. And I have a friend of mine who does animal communication, and she was actually communicating with a cat the entire time. But I had some resentment around her, because part of me looked at her as, I'm having to bear his burden because he's an idiot and can't do it right.
Right.
Because when he brought her to my house, she had a UTI to the point of blood in her urine.
Oh.
Ouch.
And which told me that he didn't know how to take care of her right.
So it wasn't as much as the cat, it was as much as your attachment to your ex-boyfriend and the feeling with that.
Yeah, the things I hung on to because he couldn't handle it.
Right.
Yeah.
And that all boils down to our emotions and what we're feeling about something at that point in time.
Well, they need enough water, but yeah, I guess I'd relate. My view of attachments is that I always remind myself about accepting all outcomes. And so, I run through all the scenarios. It's like, well, I have this person now. And it's like, well, what if I don't have that person? And then and what if something happens to them? And just being okay with all outcomes.
Yeah.
And then I kind of move on. But it might be easier as a man.
But you're also, it's like, this ain't going to happen. But what if one of your kids passed away, or your wife? You can
exactly.
Say,
that's exactly what I'm
saying. But you can say in your mind, I'm letting things go, but still there is going to be.
There's layers. Layers.
Well,
unless
you're
stone cold, you're going to have an emotional attachment.
I hear you. I'm not saying I don't have an emotional attachment. I am just.
You have other mechanisms for interacting with it.
Yeah, I keep a light touch, and then I always remember that I'm always connected to everything, because everyone is and everything is the creator, and that I can only rely on God, and God is the only eternal thing. Everything else is an illusion.
Yeah, you're just trying to have a wider perspective on it.
Yeah. Which I
will help you let it go.
Yeah.
Easier.
But I also, actively, have faith and pray and express gratitude for the people that are in my life, that I appreciate, and, wish them good health and all those things. And you know what? It works. They do have good health, and
To a certain
they do stay in
to
my
a certain
life.
extent, it could be said that part of your style of attachment is not intertwined with control or
Mhm.
clinging.
Right.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Hmm.
And that's what this passage was all about, really. How are you going to let things go? And we're going to each do it in our own unique way.
Yeah, because it's the creator experiencing itself, and that's the whole point of splitting up into billions or trillions of different
Yeah,
entities.
yeah, experiencing itself in infinite ways.
Yes, exactly. So, here, what we got here? Kuo speaks of third density attachments as meaningful experiences chosen by the soul as part of its sacred journey. Bonds with people, pets, work, money, places, and routines offer opportunities to explore value, love, and learning. Through meditation, each attachment may be viewed as a facet of the jewel of your being. As you contemplate these facets, you may sense when their purpose within your life feels whole and fulfilled. Letting go then unfolds as a natural movement of completion. Each experience receives appreciation for its service. Yeah, exactly. Each experience, that's, I can totally resonate with that. And the heart opens to the next lesson awaiting discovery, for sure. You know, this gentle process forms the rhythm of incarnation and co-affirms that you walk that path with care and sincerity. The following, yeah. You have asked, every seeker encounters attachment. You have asked an interesting query, for it is something that everyone must deal with at some time on their spiritual path. Attachment reveals what the heart values. The third density quality of attachments to pets, friends, or to procedures, to places, to things, is what each of you do when you are moving toward forward on your spiritual journey, to see what values these attachments have for you. As you meditate, the jewel of being holds many facets. Okay, so each attachment highlights an area of learning, such as devotion, responsibility, affection, or stability. By observing what draws your heart, you discover the themes shaping your spiritual evolution. That's nice. Okay. As you meditate upon how you feel about the value of any attachment, you look at it as something that is a facet onto a jewel. Your being resembles a luminous jewel with many faces. Each attachment reflects light in a unique way. Through meditation, you may explore one facet at a time and sense how it harmonizes with others within your lived experience. Meditation brings clarity and completion. You look in your meditative state then to see if the purpose of that attachment of 2 or 3 or 4 or 20 things is played in its role in your stage of life. In stillness, the heart often recognizes when a chapter feels complete. This awareness arises gently, carrying a sense of fulfillment and readiness to move forward. This is something that does require a meditative state to investigate the deeper levels of your being, the jewel of your being, so that you may fully accomplish what you have pre-incarnatively chosen to be attached to. Pre-incarnatively chosen to be attached to, guys. Your major attachments may be pre-incarnative. Your soul selected certain experiences before entering
Is that
this
why
life.
some attachments feel so freaking stale? I'm kidding.
Attachment serves as pathways through which these intentions unfold. Meditation allows conscious participation in this deeper design. Like, I have like this ridiculous attachment to this computer programming language that I've been working on since 2008, and like it's finally coming to fruition. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's one of those pre-incarnatively chosen attachments, because I've been like, actually, it's since before 2008. Like, it's just this kind of strong drive all through my soul to work on this. Anyhow, every experience forms a step along the path. For everything that you do in one way or another, you have chosen to do as a portion of your spiritual journey. Everything is a step along that path. Each relationship and circumstance contributes to your forward movement. Seen this way, Life reveals itself as a continuous unfolding toward greater understanding and openness of heart. Releasing through gratitude and awareness. It is the most effective way to complete the attachment, to see it has played its role, that you may let it go and then see if there is another thing or person, place, and so forth that you have an attachment to. Release flows from recognition and appreciation. When the attachment has offered its gifts, gratitude naturally creates space for the next experience to enter your life. Gratitude, guys. Amen. Here, it is releasing through gratitude and awareness. It is the most effective way to complete the attachment, to see it has played its role and that you may let it go and then see if another thing or person. There you go. So
Yeah, there have been a few people who channel, who have put out predictions and have said one thing or another, bad stuff's coming, blah 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 blah. There was one person who posted in a Facebook group what he was picking up, and what he put at the very bottom of it was, but if you look forward, but if you stay in gratitude. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna look at gratitude and forget all that other stuff.
yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Well, like there is the terrain, and energy decline, but how you face it is up to you. You can do it in a way of increasing love and kindness and closeness to others, or in a fearful way that is bad. So, it's kind of like if you're going up or down a hill, you can do it in different ways, but if you do it in a space of gratitude, then you'll be happier and the people around you will be happier too. Affirmation from Kuo. This is your journey. This is what you are here to do. You are doing it well, my sister. Your sincere attention to growth and awareness reflects deep alignment with your purpose. Each step you take expresses care, courage, and devotion to the journey you choose. Alrighty then. So, where are we? Wow, we still have another 20 minutes, guys.
Well, they got another query here.
They do have another query. Okay,
it's a one paragraph answer too.
Okay, I have a query. So quite often it can feel like third density is a very daunting task. It seems like it's going to last forever. So can you give us, when the lives are so short, it's just lasts
Is that
forever.
whining or what?
Yeah. So can you give us maybe, there's so many people that are like, oh, life extension, because it's like on this planet especially, they're just so short. So can you give us maybe one most important lesson or message that we need to hear at this point on Earth and how we can best align with it? All right.
Yeah, I tell you that complaint that it's going to last forever. I've had that several times.
Who?
I have.
Oh, you complained it that it's lasted forever.
Several times since I was a kid.
Oh, well, I know kids. I know my kids are in that age where they're like, never or forever. Or,
And now,
are we there yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. And now I'm almost 60. I look back and go, what the hell happened?
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. I am cool and am aware of your query, my sister. Again, this is a question that everyone must deal with. Have you played your role? How do you know you played your role? We could say that there are no mistakes, however you play your role. However it feels best to play that role is the best way for you to do that. That is something that you have found in your life path to be somewhat confused. For you wonder, is this role correct? Is there a better role? And again, we say the universe is one thing and there is no mistake. Discovering every role you play is a portion of the role of the one infinite creator that helps itself to know itself. You are a portion of that creator. That creator is within you. Everything you do teaches you and the creator more about yourself.
Nice. Okay.
And there we have a reason why we should not feel guilt for anything.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Matter of fact, if anybody should feel guilty, it's the creator for setting this all up.
I tell you, it's nothing but a scam. Nothing but a scam.
It's not a scam. It's just a system of this entity knowing itself that we're a part of, apparently.
Well, in this dimension, it's been interlaced with fear and fraud, and I'm sick of both.
Well,
hey, that's juicy catalyst for the creator.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah,
that doesn't come along often in the creation, but third density, it's all over the place.
You know, it's all how you relate to it. You know, like I was
with the power washer.
Yeah, well, I was what do you call it? Like watching this podcast dude, and he's like, you know, he's got like these powerful facts, you know, one after another about, you know, why the real estate thing is crashing. And it's just like, you know, like I can understand why some people would respond in fear, but you know, like I just can't do anything else but respond in love and gratitude. And like it just seems like such a great thing, you know, like that he's informing us and he's telling us all these facts, and you know, and like that the world is, you know, developing and things are changing, and it's like it's just such a joyful thing. I don't know, that's just how I feel about it.
And there are many people that would go, "Oh, that's so naive."
Well, yeah, maybe, because I mean, like, yeah, there's all these people who are, you know, losing hundreds of thousands of dollars on bad real estate
if the market
deals.
crashes, my property taxes drop. I could deal with that.
Right. Yeah. See, you know, like there's like, yeah, sure, maybe some people who were speculative real estate investors, they got the short end of the stick, but for the rest of us, hey, it's great. Lower prices, hopefully. But you know, like but you know, our government hates lower prices. You know, they're doing anything they can to prevent the prices from going down. But like nobody can afford to buy
falsely elevated prices, by the way.
Right.
Yeah. And so, like, what I have been hearing through these videos is that we're on record low sales in terms of like it hasn't been this few sales since the 1990s, and but the price has only gone down 2%. You know, it's like, well, you know, that's not going to motivate anybody to buy if it's only 2% lower. So,
well, one other thing going on with you, how you look at thing on Andrii, is that you know, what I said, I was kind of in jest, because the people that really get into this, they think this place is real, and they're real, and everything they're doing is what they are. And so it's, this place is the end all be all for those people, where you kind of learn, well, this place is an illusion. There's more to this life than what's going on. And so you got a very widened perspective.
Right. Yeah.
Which is what you want.
Yeah. And there's
what I consider.
And then also, like, from my perspective, it's kind of like how I see it is if that there's more than one way of doing things. And if people are under strain and they're experiencing this heavy catalyst, they are more likely to be willing to change and do things differently. And that creates an opportunity to change for the better. I mean, it also creates an opportunity to change for the worse, but it gives me an opening to, you know, for more positive change.
Yeah, you like to be a positive problem solver.
Exactly. Yes. Something like that. So, where were we? Essential question. Have you played your role? Again, this is a question that everyone must deal with. Have you played your role? How do you know you played your role? When life feels daunting, you might often see it The mind often seeks a checklist. Cool points toward a deeper inquiry. The quality of your participation, your role emerges through the way you meet each moment and whatever love, courage, and honesty you can gather. Live the role in the way that feels best. However it feels best to play that role is the best way for you to do that. Alignment begins with inner resonance. Feels best can mean a quiet sense of rightness, a steady sincerity, or a gentle openness of heart. You can ask in meditation, what choice feels most loving, most truthful, most whole? Yes, yes. I love that stuff.
And I got to throw this in, and if you feel the most authentic to act in a negative way on the negative path, then by all means do that.
Yeah, sure.
You know,
and you know what? I have
it's
talked.
actually more helpful.
You know what? Exactly. It's more
we
helpful
know where people stand.
than being lost in neutrality. Like,
absolutely.
And I have helped like many people to kind of to show them that they have that opportunity and to help them along that if that's what they want.
Right.
It was more so earlier, like years ago, because it's just those people don't seem to rise anymore. At least in my experience. But yeah.
Or they're not meeting you because of your vibration.
Yeah, that might be it too. Yeah, exactly. My vibrations may be too incompatible now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So those people just like I'm walking the other way.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy's not going to go for my bullshit.
Yeah, this guy's just so full of love and gratitude and peace for all. It's just, and honestly, it's just kind of like, like I've met, Satanists or whatever, and then I'm like, okay, well, if that's what you want to do, here's how it is, and then they look at me and they're like, no, I don't actually want to do that. You know what? I'd rather follow Jesus. And I was like, okay, you can do that too.
He's over there in the bookstore with a coffee.
Well, it's what do you call it? They call me Green Jesus. So at least in my town. So, because it's all about, Jesus is all about forgiveness, love, kindness for all beings. And I'm telling that to everybody all the time. And I like to wear green, and I got long hair and a beard, and so, they just call me Green Jesus.
And you're the guy on the corner that looks like that, and you're yelling at everybody and everything under your breath, and then you're pissed off, Jesus.
No, well, I don't. No, I'm not. I haven't been angry at anybody in a long time.
No, I'm talking about like certain people that I've seen in society.
Oh, okay,
like, yeah, you're a pissed off Jesus, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't know. Basically, if I ever hear anybody like swearing out loud or something, then I yell, love and light, forgiveness and compassion for all, peace and goodwill for all, or something along those lines. May you have love, kindness, peace, and blessings. And they kind of learn not to yell swear words and stuff that way. Because then someone's gonna give them a blessing.
Right. One of my favorite Andrii stories ever was the whole the crackheads in the park, and you sang a song to them.
Oh, that guy! Yeah.
Did you swim across a river, or did you walk across the water? I wasn't sure.
I swam across the river. I did swim across the river. Yeah, I did not walk across the water, but
man, that would have been cool if you had.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it was essential to the story, but basically they were.
It should be.
They were a bunch of drug addicts, and they were saying that they had gotten some bad cocaine or something. It was diced too much, and they were gonna break some guy's legs. And I said, no, how about Jesus? And we have to forgive and love one another. And they're like, and so like, I
That's what you get for selling them bad cocaine, Andrii.
Yeah. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. It's just like one of the people there. He was from a church that I had attended, or he used to go to that church anyways. And so he had, fallen away. Like I knew this guy anyways. So we had talked before. And so I was trying to kind of reach him. through that.
Was that the well-known crack church of Canada?
No. It was actually a very spiritually abusive church that was in favor that believed everyone has demons and only the pastor can take the demons out. It was really weird.
Wow, they're my favorite type. Oh my god, we don't have enough of those in England.
Yeah. They're called the New Apostolic Reformation.
Wow.
They started in Toronto, but they're really big in America.
Yeah, that reminds me of that Monty Python movie with the splitters.
Oh, the ones that hit their head with a wooden thing?
No. That's a different movie. I'm talking about the life of Brian.
Oh, yeah.
The different sects they were calling referring to another sect as splitters.
Oh,
we are
for
the
splitting
People's
hairs.
Republic of.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's a lot of division, for sure, in the Christian world.
But you always got Andrii there, able to break into the song. Jesus loves the little children.
Well,
and then diving into the water, swimming.
So basically, I was just standing like because they had asked me to go, and so I had left. But then they continued yelling at me after I had walked away, and so they were still communicating with me. And so I just started singing praises to God and how joyful I was and grateful for the provision and the love and the kindness and the peace.
And as Andrii described earlier, they all got cancer and died.
No, in this case, they actually decided to be quiet, and then later on, they apologized to me.
And the Lord's wrath was
abated.
No, they heard the song, they took it into their heart, and then they got some good coke.
I don't know what they did after that, but yeah, I briefly saw someone, and they apologized to me for what they had said and done.
Were they impressed by the song? Did they like when they apologized? They're like, "Dude, that song was awesome, man. Can we sample you? Like, can we get you on a record? Like, deal."
After the song, they just stopped yelling at me, and then I swam back across the river, and then I got compliments about my song from people on the other side of the river.
Wow, so you like swam into your fans? That's quality, dude.
Well,
that's awesome.
Yeah. Well, it's just that they had apparently heard me singing from across the water, even though it's like, it's not a small river. It's like 100 meters across, like a football field. But yeah, and then so at least one person had come up to basically say thank you.
Yeah, that Canadian hospitality came out.
Yeah. And they were actually an immigrant.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
When you got out of the water, did you like flick your hair or like a shampoo advert?
No, I don't know. I don't know if I did that. Yeah. I think I told them, love and life for all creation or something along those lines.
Have you ever been around your wife when you've done this?
Yeah, it did happen once.
What did she say about it?
Well, that she wasn't happy with it because
I'm sorry to laugh. That's funny though.
What didn't she like about it?
Well, because like oftentimes when I make those exclamations, it's because someone is being a public nuisance or public disturbance. And one time, this particular person who was being a public disturbance, they were talking about murdering people, and then so I yelled from across the road that forgiveness, love, and kindness for all beings. And then they pulled out a very large.
Don't make me your first victim, but love, dude.
After all, homicide is merely an extroverted suicide.
And so then they pulled out a very large knife.
What?
And and started waving it at me.
You can't sing about love and Jesus in some places.
Yeah. And then,
I'd be going, have you cleaned that lately?
Yeah. And so
You got balls, Andrii. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
So what happened? Did he like drop it and then start praying and like, oh thank God, Jesus saved me?
Oh, hold on, I got disconnected.
Or did the wrath fall upon him as well?
Yeah, did like lightning bolts come down and he like just got fried where he stood like.
So what happened was actually that I said, I see the divine within you and I love you.
Oh my God! Oh,
And
that's awesome.
Don't tell me you kissed him, dude. I don't want to know if you kissed him. Like, please don't tell me that happened.
And then what do you call it? His friend that was standing next to him told him to put the knife away, and he did.
Oh.
And then we moved on.
Okay.
Whew. And
Well,
your
I
wife
think you
was
saved
there.
the day there, dude, because obviously your rousing speech inspired his friend.
And your wife was there at that incident.
Yes, we were biking by at the time, and so she was pretty upset about it.
Yeah, it probably was the knife more than anything.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. But well, she felt that I had, that it would have been better to have not said anything.
Right.
Don't antagonize the guy with the big knife with words of praise and love.
Well, exactly. At the time he wasn't holding a knife, but he was.
So you inspired him to get the knife out. God, he really hates love.
Well, because he was talking about murder, and I didn't want anyone talking loudly about murder in my city.
So you thought that you'd right over the edge.
So I had to express the love and kindness for all beings.
Right, Andrii is putting his foot down. There you go.
Exactly.
Making a stand.
Yeah.
Boom! Have some love, bitch.
Exactly. Something like that. But boom, have some love, divine creator. I love you.
Just say, Andrii, right? I'd really, really love to try responding to people out in Essex, but dude, there was definitely be murdered Ed or everywhere. It's not something I could possibly even attempt here.
Yeah, I hear you. And I believe you. I've lived here for a while, and so it's kind of like people are more used to it. And I think it's only possible in like a small rural community. You couldn't just do something like this if you were living in a big city. Like I know, like when I lived in Toronto, when I had first moved to Canada, and then what do you call it? There was like a redheaded boy, and then in Russia there's lots of redheaded people. So I thought that he must be a nice boy, and so I said I love you, and then he told me I will kill you. And then he proceeded to slam my head into the pavement, and he left me unconscious in a ditch.
Ah, yeah.
So he was Irish then?
Grade 2. Yep, Irish. Yep.
You were bringing out homosexual tendencies with the guy, and it really offended him because he didn't want to deal with himself.
Right, exactly. Like he, obviously I was too young to even know what that meant.
Right.
Or anything about that, and that wasn't something that we knew about in the Soviet Union.
He didn't know how to separate it.
Well, like it was just it was not considered a homosexual expression in Russia.
Right. Yeah.
What is then? Just to ask.
I don't know, honestly, because like
don't they have a really, really harsh kind of mindset on gays? So surely you'd really want to be quite careful of not saying the wrong thing.
Yeah. You know what? Like, I was only in kindergarten in the Soviet Union.
Well, it's probably a good thing you left at the time,
Yeah, no, for sure.
Gotta say that to people.
Yeah, no, I'd be dead by now if I was still there, right? So
try saying love and light to people with AKs.
Yeah, no, my Ukrainian relatives, they're so upset. Oh, they hate it. Hey,
at least they're alive.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Some of them are dead apparently.
Oh, dude,
not the ones that talk to me, but the other ones.
Oh, dude, apparently. I feel bad now. I'm sorry. That sucks.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you don't operate in mediumship?
What do you mean mediumship? No. You
said you talk to the ones that are alive. You don't talk to the ones that are dead?
I don't know. The because you see, I prayed for all the ones that I knew. But
To be fair,
apparently
it's
some
probably
of
a
the ones
good
that I
thing.
don't
Last
know
thing you
died.
need is like 20 of them turning up overnight.
Like they told me that they're, like a bunch of their friends volunteered for the military and now they're dead. And
Of
it's like,
course.
well, I don't know those people, so I couldn't pray for them, and
Why
then I
not?
have, well,
Well, you
because,
can do a blanket prayer. I think Andrii wants to do an individual one.
well, it's just that I prayed for, and because honestly, I have to honor their free will. And anyone that volunteers for the military wants to be killed. And so, I mean, that's their choice. I
Yeah,
can't
they're
go
fighting
against
against
their free
Russia,
will.
so it's probably a good bet.
Mhm.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
I
the
want-
chance of surviving going
I
to
wa-
war in Ukraine is zip.
yeah,
Right.
I wouldn't put it like that, Andrii. But it's a stark reality that
Well,
you're inviting that circumstance at a high probability.
Jesus was very clear. He said, "They who live by the sword die by the sword."
Oh, well, you're getting dogmatic there.
Well,
Son.
it's a fact of life. It's karma. What you give out, you want to go kill people, you're gonna die. That's how it works.
Well, I wouldn't say like that. It's 100% possibility, but
Well,
it's a
war
probability.
will only end when people, when there's no one left willing to fight them.
Or the hardest ones who fought the hardest.
No. So it will only, like the Melchizedek material is very clear that war will only end when there's no one left willing to fight them.
Well, that's. I mean, that's
I mean,
kind of
I totally
common
support
sense.
banning war from the planet.
Yeah,
Just
Yeah.
saying.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm
I
down with
agree.
that. Fully agree. That should be something that should have been done a while ago, in my opinion. No
You know-
more war, bollocks. Not allowed
I-
anymore.
I have always been very confused why, like, sexuality is forbidden to be displayed, but violence is okay. When violence kills people and sexuality creates new ones.
Well, certain
Okay,
groups of
you're
people
saying that instead of
profit.
like war, there should be just mass orgies.
Yeah.
Well,
Well-
that's the bonobo way, and we're more closely related to bonobos than the common chimpanzee.
Yeah, no, but their lifestyle is pretty fucking weird, dude. I'm just saying.
Well, apparently, it's more similar to how we are designed.
Hey, and can I just say, judging from like the what's it called, the Esmeralda whatever Clearwater or whatever her name was, like book, that is probably more likely how things go down in space. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I never managed to finish that book.
Like she seems to be really up for copulating with anyone that's up for it.
Oh yeah. That's true. I remember
Well,
that.
to answer your question, Andrii, you kind of forget what planet you're on, and there's certain forces out there that have profited very richly from suckering all these people to go into war.
Yeah,
Shoot,
well, I think that
I was just telling Ed, how do you like the English people trying to talk people into getting conscripted to go, fighting, for a war in Russia? We just had a guy from the the EU say it was an English guy too, saying how much dire threat Russia is and how they can be on your doorstep at any time. I mean, this
What's
is
hilarious is
a couple days ago.
At the minute, Germany is saying, yes, we're going to
Right.
get everybody armed. We're going to get everybody trained. We're going to get the biggest army in Europe. Like, that's always gone well.
oh yeah.
No, they're still doing it. I'm
yeah.
flabbergasted. I'm
I
just
know.
like, really? People are going to go along with this again?
Hopefully not.
Okay.
Why
That's
can't we just
the
grow
thing.
up and get over it.
Yeah, we that's why it's important to support pacifism and
Not a pacifist. I'm
So,
a
do you remember
coward.
me
Sorry.
saying ages ago? Oh, sorry, shut up.
well, it just pacifism is the only route to long-term peace.
Yeah.
So, Do you remember me saying ages ago, that when I did past life regressions, I've seen myself die on loads of battlefields. I feel like I've been like some kind of warrior in lots of lives. Yeah. Like I remember being in that line, ready to run and charge at an enemy, wearing tons of different uniforms. Right.
Right.
So the other day, we this reel came up that my girlfriend was watching about palmistry. Right, like looking at your palm and all this other thing. And apparently, there's this bit on the Mount of Mars, which is like underneath your thumb, that's got these lines, for if you've died violently or if you've died in a war or in combat or doing something, right? And my girlfriend had like one line down there, like on that bit. I've got about 50. Like that bit is literally just like it looks like an old man's hand. There's just so many lines there. It's actually bonkers.
Wow, the Mount of Mars. I'll have to look that one up. Here. Inner Mount of Mars or outer Mount of Mars? I guess it's the inner Mount of Mars.
Yeah, it's the one that's close to the thumb, because one goes underneath the finger and one goes towards the thumb. So the bit of Mars is like the top of the
I got
hand.
a lot of lines there too. I've had a lot of, I've been some terrible kings sometimes. Like I was one time, I was the king of kings of I don't remember the name now, but it was the third that time. Atroherjes the third. And I was one of those like really bad kings that killed all of their family and became the king, and then
this was in Russia, yeah.
What? This was during Babylon. So I was I was the king of like the three regions: Egypt, Babylon, and some other thing. But then like I had achieved all of this, and then I was like, okay, what do I do next? And I couldn't think of anything, and because I had no relatives left because I had killed them all, I just ended up dying. so gotta plan
like
these
a funny
things out.
Man. That sounds like a pretty good Kali Yuga.
A pretty good Kali Yuga, yeah. But anyways, so yeah, I've had my fair share of excessively violent lives.
It's amazing your higher self lets you remember that.
Yeah.
Or you must have pre-incarnatively made that decision. Probably. I think I pre-incarnatively made the decision not to know anything. I'm like, whatever goes on, I got to do complete faith. And if it shows up, it shows up, and go from there.
Yeah,
it's got to be. I've come to the conclusion that that kind of information, because I didn't go looking for it. That's something that kind of happened to me rather than that I went and found. So I'm assuming that that's something that is vital that I did know, so that I was able to move on, and so I was able to learn from that.
Right, and it's probably a pre-incarnative choice that ultimately this would come to you.
Exactly. Because I think that like what I did last life, I need to be making steps to not make those same mistakes. So it's important that I knew what mistakes not to make, I suppose.
Right. Yeah, because like for me, I'm running on complete intuition. I don't have like the insight like Andrii does or you do, but
I think that's kind of what led me to it, dude. Like I'm just following intuition that way.
Well, if you grow out your hair, you will have intuition too, man. You just need to let your hair grow.
Dude, I used to have the longest hair and do the stupidest crap in the world. So, yeah.
Well, now you're more mature, and I think that you can do it.
I'm okay. I like having the low maintenance look, and it doesn't bother me at all to go by intuition, because I'm just like, well, that sounds right. That doesn't sound right. That sounds right. That doesn't sound right.
Discernment, man. Discernment. You just make sure you grow your beard. You'll be fine.
That's intuition. Yeah. Intuition and discernment. I think I set my incarnation up like that, and it's just fine. It's perfect, man.
Yeah. No, I agree, dude. I agree. And I have to say, I try and live that way now. Like, I just kind of let the information that I need soak in. You know what I mean? I don't try to guide the work anymore. I just kind of allow the catalyst and the experience to come as I need them,
Right.
So that later on down the path, once that information or that skill or that whatever it needs to happen, then I know how to do it. Like.
Well, all right, guys. I think I have to go make the pizza now. But it was
Love
nice
you, Andrii, dude. You're awesome.
Should I bookmark this?
Yeah, you can bookmark this.
Yeah, we've been
we'll
doing this
meet
non-stop ever
Friday
since.
at
You can
7.
come back every week. We miss you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm bookmarking it so he doesn't have to send me a link.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and then we got the messenger group, and I don't know, Ed or Fred or Bill or someone can reach
Ed,
out.
holler at me on Facebook.
Yeah.
I'll find you. You're so awesome. I'm so glad to have you back. Like we miss
Thank you.
the old crew. There's so many amazing characters and stuff that like I wish could come back. I know that like you and Desiree, like you said earlier, you had your kind of weirdness, but like honestly, like it was such a good group. I miss everybody.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad that you're back.
Yeah, I sometimes talk to Trevor. Sometimes I poke Robert.
Cool.
Yeah, I speak to Trevor a few times. Robert seems quite, dead against
in
it
a-
for some reason.
He's in his hermitage.
Yeah, Trevor's not so keen on Robo-Ra for some reason. I don't know why. I really like Robo-Ra, but
I have issues with AI in general, mostly
Well, I know,
because
but
a leadership
Quo
class
did
told me
say
to
the
use
whole
it
point
to
is we
work
need
with.
to teach it love, right? That's what Quo
Yeah,
said.
and that's the problem is who's programming it and how. I mean, I took a leadership class at work, which to me was a waste of time after I got into it, because they were like, "Hey, use the AI and ask it this," and I'm like, I used AI last week, gave it a list of states, and said, "Give me the list of states that are not in that list," and it missed one. My boss
that's
caught
not
it 3
exactly
days
the
later when the
hardest
program
information
didn't
for
work
it to
right.
be trying, to find.
Hey, so anyways, we got to let Andrii go. And
Yeah,
Andrii,
all
I
right.
guess
So-
the question we left off on is about Catalyst. And
Okay.
No, it's about the chakra centers, and it's got a real long answer.
Okay. Cool.
So we'll pick up here where we left off next week.
Sounds good. And so
And
as I found
what
you,
time
I
does
leave
this start?
you 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Central?
No,
Eastern.
Eastern. 7
Eight-
p.m.
what-
Eastern. But yeah, we usually
No,
only
no.
start the live stream 7:30 to 8 o'clock. So like, I mean, kind
Okay,
of
because
like
it's
people.
8:10 for me.
So yeah, 8. Yeah. When you
Right now it's 8 o'clock.
Right now it's
me.
8 o'clock. Okay, so it's 9:10 for me. So
So it's 6 o'clock.
So it'll be 6
So
o'clock.
you're in Central time
Yes.
zone, Michelle?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. I'm in Mountain,
Those in
so hardly nobody's where I'm at.
Yeah. All right. As I found you, I leave you in the infinite love and infinite grace and infinite power of the infinite creator within you and all around you, my friends. Go forth, therefore, rejoicing in that infinite power and infinite peace. Adonai.
Adonai, also Varagas.
Love you, dude.
Yeah.